Hello everyone. Today is an excellent day because I get to talk about Andy Tower. Uh, to be honest, I'm not very active on social media. I don't follow many people or anything like that, but I absolutely follow Mr. Andy Tower. And why is that? Well, if you're feeling down and you want to see, you want something to lift your mood up, and you want to see an elderly man absolutely enjoying his life to the fullest, just follow Andy Tower. The man is working his dream job, being a perfumer, and he enjoys this work to the fullest. His videos, stories, whatever he posts, him, I don't know, filling the bottles, working with the stickers, doing all kind of nonsense, playing around with, I don't know, it always fills my heart with joy because, well, I believe most of us wish they could be this happy at work and be this happy at later stage of your life. I'm not saying he's an older agent, but yeah, it's obviously not a young fella anymore, and to be able to enjoy your life, your work, to radiate this happiness through screen even is, I think, something all of us wish we could have when we are not as young as we are now. So yeah, I love Andy Tower. I enjoy his brand. I enjoy the vibe he provides to his followers on Instagram or whatever other social media, if he uses any, I don't know. But today we are here to talk mainly about the most famous line of Andy Towers. It's L'Air du Desert Marocain. I had a chance today to sample the new version, L'Air du Desert Marocain NOIR. I also have previous flanker of L'Air du Desert Marocain, Au Coeur du Desert. So, as I am being completely honest, this is probably my favorite regular niche fragrance of all time. Yeah, you can even call it indie, but it probably doesn't reach the artisan realm quite, but it's, yeah, let's say indie. And I always wanted to talk about it with people. Even before I had this channel, I would always recommend this fragrance for my friends, for colleagues, because this fragrance, not only amazing, I'm talking about L'Air du Desert Marocain, not only legendary, it's 20 years now this one is available to buy. It's not only easy to find, it is also extremely well priced. For those of you who don't know, L'Air du Desert Marocain, for as long as I am alive and I can remember, was priced at 125 euros for 50 mils. I'm not sure if that's the price that was 20 years ago, but I'm pretty sure that 10 years ago it was 125 euros for 50 mil. And last year, or maybe 2 years ago, Andy had the audacity to freaking raise the price of this scent. And he raised it by, listen, 10 euro. This is hilarious. 20 years of inflation culminated to 10 euros price hike. I love this man. L'Air du Desert Marocain, of course, without a doubt, is the best seller of the house. At the time this was released, it was revolutionary. Very well-known blogger Kafkaesque gave this fragrance all its flowers, and as I am giving all its flowers right now. As you probably now know from my channel, I'm mostly an artisanal guy now, or vintage guy. I enjoy naturals, but even after hundreds and hundreds of bottles of artisanal perfumery I have ever smelled, this never fails to put a smile on my face. What is this fragrance? Maybe I should start talking about the scent itself, not only the man and the brand and whatever else. It's an amber spicy fragrance. I don't even enjoy amber fragrances that much, to be honest. I have a few of the ones you should have if you're a collector, like Serge Lutens Amber Sultan, for example. And I have a sample of Tom Ford Amber Absolute, the usual ones, let's say, for collectors. But for me, this is the quintessential amber fragrance. When people say amber, this is what I have in my mind. 10 out of 10, perfect reference amber fragrance. L'Air du Desert Marocain. Some people would say it's vintage Serge Lutens Amber Sultan. I won't argue with them, that choice is completely valid. But for me, I just don't enjoy Serge Lutens Amber Sultan that much as I enjoyed this. This is, as I said, spicy amber. It opens up pretty fresh. By the way, here I have L'Air du Desert Marocain, and on my right hand I have Au Coeur du Desert, and here I have L'Air du Desert Marocain NOIR that I sprayed from a sample. So it's not gonna be an in-depth review of NOIR version, but I have lived with these two scents for past 10 years. I know this DNA like back of my hand, so I only needed one wearing of the NOIR to get a full grasp of what is going on. So yeah, the concentration of this is very interesting. It's Eau de Toilette Intense. I think no other Andy Tower or otherwise fragrance has ever called itself Eau de Toilette Intense. And probably 20 years ago, the marketing ploy on calling everything elixir or parfumo or whatever was not yet popular or discovered, so he called it however he wanted it. And the name and the marking of Eau de Toilette Intense is not by any stretch of imagination an overblown name. This fragrance is extremely intense, it's strong, it's lasting, it's projecting. It has everything you want from your amber, warm, spicy fragrance. It smells pretty natural. For my nose, no amber woods here, thank God. It's like Amber Accord Andy Tower created himself. And he uses it not only in this fragrance, but in his other creations as a base. It's a very unique and interesting base for a fragrance. And for 135 euros now, I can't think of any other fragrance in the market, niche, artisanal, or designer, or whatever, that beats this quality to price ratio. For me personally, this is completely unbeatable. The quality here is impeccable. Like, I would even rank it as good as some artisanal brands. No synthetic vibes here. Everything is as natural as you can get with an amber forward fragrance. All you need to do to enjoy this scent, you need to like amber, or that's not even necessary. I am not a fan of amber. Still completely heads over heels in love with this scent. It's spicy, coriander, very prominent here. A little bit of citruses to make the opening more poppy and vibrant. And by any means, this is not a fresh fragrance. It's your quintessential autumn fragrance. But to be honest, I think you can wear it all day, all night, every day of every month of the year. It's very dry, that should be mentioned. Out of all three, it's the driest composition in my opinion. It's very transportive. The name here fits perfectly. When I first applied this scent, it really, when I closed my eyes, it really took me to the desert, let's say. Of course, you read the name and your brain helps you out with your imagination to try and find what is written for you. But that was not hard work for my imagination to do, because the dryness, the spiciness that evoke images of spice bazaars in Middle East and stuff like that. You just, I don't know. For me, this is a good fragrance that evokes only best emotions, best memories. I have plenty memories of this scent. As you see, I have 2 bottles, original and flanker, and I don't know if it's possible to see, but this one is maybe like this full, and of this one I have a little bit more because I have it for a shorter period of time. It's something like that. So yeah, I use them very often, and for a good reason. It's not expensive to repurchase, and this is my second bottle of LDDM. It's pretty new. It's maybe 2023, and different from many other brands, artisanal, niche, or whatever. I have not noticed any reformulations with this scent for the past 10 years or so that I'm using it. So, good price, amazing artisanal, highest quality niche ingredients, no reformulations. Is this perfect? It has some flaws. This bottle is produced in Switzerland. I bet that's stupid expensive to do. And this sprayer and this whole sprayer mechanism, it's not the best. It sprays very small amounts of, maybe I can show you. Yeah, that's it. So like 1,000 sprayers probably to finish this bottle. Caps not always fit well. In my bottle this fit well, but for some people it don't. I heard some horror stories when over time this pushes out, and it's absolutely possible because he just with a machine. So if you have strong hands or maybe many times removing this, it will absolutely just come off. So yeah, the bottle is not perfect, although if we talk about design of the bottle and the beauty of this, it's very unique. I like this blue color, I like the shape. You can always tell which bottle in the shelf is Andy Towers' bottle. So given that this is basically one man's operation, I know he maybe have some employers by now, but no outsourcing of perfumers help or whatever. He creates all these compositions alone. And we can also talk about the box. Very interesting box design, metal. Every bottle you get is personally signed by Andy Tower himself. If this doesn't speak about the man's love for his work and for his craft, signing every bottle you ever sell for past 20 years. I know it might sound like funny, and it's not hard to put your signature. Can you imagine how many signatures the man has put over the years on every single bottle he ever sold? That's madness. That's of course dedication, and I appreciate it. But man, how many hours he was just sitting there and putting signatures on every single sheet of paper he ever sold. That's nice. In this hobby we're always looking for this personal connection. Even I, as a reviewer now, I look for personal connection with my enjoyers of this channel, people, you who are watching my videos. So this man has built this house on his own, and he still keeps posting videos of him doing everyday chore works at his lab, working with the stickers, filling the bottles, stuff like that. Everything is very, very personal here. And that's amazing. Yeah, 15 minutes of a video I'm just boasting about Andy Tower and his personality and this extremely amazing scent for the price. Now, on some anniversary, I don't remember, maybe 15 years of LDDM, Andy released this Au Coeur du Desert flanker. Also very good fragrance. It's very similar to the original. Basically, he took the formula and increased the concentration. Not much else was changed, but if you know perfumery, with increasing the concentration, some things automatically change. I will spray it. Why not? Let's experience the opening again. Compared to LDDM Marocain opening, Au Coeur du Desert comes off more juicy, more creamy, more well-rounded, more, I wouldn't say soft, but it has this comforting feel around it, the Au Coeur du Desert Marocain one. The LDDM Marocain one is like, how to say, it's Spice Bomb. I know there's a fragrance named Spice Bomb, but I'm not referencing that. When you spray this, you get this spice attack on your face. You smell the coriander, other spices, and they're like invigorating. And like, you know, LDDM Marocain original opening is like sand into your face. While Au Coeur du Desert Marocain, it's like no wind in the desert. It's at night. LDDM Marocain is day desert, let's say. Heat, dust, sand, spices, dryness. Au Coeur du Desert Marocain is like desert at night. It's not as dry, although the dryness comes in the middle or in the base, but in the opening it's not as dry. It has a little bit of dampness. It's a lot more well-rounded, not as sharp, no sandstorms here. It has added a little bit of some sort of booziness. It smells more posh, let's say. Compared to LDDM Marocain, this is like an evening suit scent. I'm not saying you can't wear this one with suit. You absolutely can, no problem with that whatsoever. But this may be a suit, and this would be a tuxedo. Let's put it that way. Higher concentration of this results in a little bit less projection. Original is projecting more, but it has a little bit more lasting power. And also it is like a more richer. The base here is fuller, the opening here is fuller. This scent is like, again, exactly what he did, taking this formula and increasing the concentration. Very simple. I remember when I was a youngster just getting into fragrances, and I smelled something I liked in Eau de Parfum, and then I tried Parfum version. I don't exactly remember what fragrance that was, maybe some cheap designer probably, and I was completely shocked on why Eau de Parfum smells completely different than Parfum. Same name, similar box, different concentration, completely different scent. Yeah, because that's how I know that's how flankers work. keep some core ingredient or core accord the same, but they can switch everything around and just call it parfum and just a flanker. It's not supposed to be exactly the same, but stronger. That's what I thought parfum meant. Same thing, just stronger. Well, here you go. That's exactly what Adam did. Au Coeur du Desert Marocain is L'air du Desert Marocain, but stronger. Now we come to the newest iteration, the Noir version. Well, I'm very happy to announce that at least Andy Tower didn't screw this one up. Yeah, it has the same DNA. It has few changes, but they are not very major. It's like what this did to this. Noir is like an increased concentration of Au Coeur du Desert for me, combined with facets of original L'air du Desert. What do I mean? Same general idea. You can smell this and instantly know this is L'air du Desert Marocain. Instantly. Nothing has changed to the extent that you wouldn't recognize the scents. What he did, in my opinion, he added a little bit even more juiciness to the opening. So even more juicy than the Au Coeur du Desert. But he also added the spices, the sand in your face from original. So now we have a more complex opening that features sand in the face and juiciness. So probably wet sand in your face as an opening for the Noir version. Other things that I noticed, he added more of a leather accord. I think patchouli. Yeah, a lot stronger patchouli in the Noir one. In strength, I only wore it today once. I didn't see any wordable to mention changes in performance comparing to Au Coeur du Desert. And it's like more fun version of Au Coeur du Desert Marocain, and by more fun I mean these facets of the original that were missing from Au Coeur du Desert, they are back in the game. And he added some leather to the base, making it maybe a little bit harder to wear, but none of these to me are hard to wear. Unless you're coming straight from blue fragrances, all of these are plenty sweet, as amber-based fragrances should be, so nothing here unbearable or not understandable for regular folk, in my opinion. So now we come to price. As I said, €135, excellent pricing. This one is more expensive. I think I paid like $170 when I bought it new, but maybe it has also increased in price, so I'm not sure, but let's say in the range of €180. And the newest Noir version is above 200, €225 if I remember correctly, in my local distribution store of Andy Tower. They didn't have bottle for sale yet, only to spray and try it out. They said next week maybe. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm buying it, but if I wanted to, I have it available, which is nice. I'm happy that I have this niche, more indie fragrances available in stores in my country. So yeah, we have 135, something around 180, and over 225. And I read that in USA, because of tariffs, it's even in dollars, but it's something crazy like $340, I think. Completely madness. So maybe for those of you, you probably came for the Noir comparison because it's new and fresh. And I would say it's good. Let's start with that. Andy Tower didn't ruin it by any stretch of imagination. It's amazing. He added some facets, but managed to keep the original idea alive and clear. So all that is very very applaudable, and I'm happy. But there's the question of price. If we are talking original 135 against the Noir for 225, I don't think the Noir is worth extra 100 euros. That's my personal opinion. And I understand Andy Tower, he's doing this for more than 20 years now, and most of his sons, especially his bestseller, were always very affordable, and anyone could get them. But now, at this stage of his career, maybe he decided, and he's not a dumb man. He looks around and he sees how other brands charge people for far, far less good and very overrated, overpriced, and underqualified fragrances cost twice as much as, for example, LDDM, and he watches around and he sees the whole situation, what's going on, what other brands are charging for their mediocre smelly oils, and he's like, wow, why? I'm not worse than them. If anything, I'm better. I should charge more. And I imagine maybe he has friends, he has people around him, he talks with people. I bet many people told him, raise the prices, man. You can do it. People will still buy. And him being from my opinion, what I see in the Instagram and stuff, a very gentle, nice person, artistic person, not a businessman. From what I see, he's not a businessman. He's an artist, true artist. He still wants for everybody to afford airdudesertmarocain, and everybody still can. It's 135 euros for this quality. It's madness. If Roger from Roger could have created this, and I bet he wished he could have created this would be in his Hot Lux collection. It would cost $1,000, euros, whatever, pounds, whatever currency. But he didn't. Thanks to us, this lightning in the bottle was caught by Andy Tower, and we have it for 135 euros. New one is 225 euros. In my opinion, the only reason to buy LDDM Marocain Noir is if you want to support Andy Tower. That's the only reason. If you feel like original LDDM Marocain is a little bit too aggressive for your taste, you want something more sophisticated, you can get Au Coeur du Desert. And that makes the Noir version redundant. In my opinion, it's redundant. If it was priced the same as Au Coeur du Desert, I would say just smell both, pick which one you like more, buy that. But at what we have now, the new one being almost twice as expensive as the first one, with my good conscience, I sadly can't recommend you buying the Noir version for the full price. Unless, as I said, your goal is just to support this amazing guy who has been making this same perfume for 20 years, and you can still get it for basically the same price it was 20 years ago. So basically him giving us, as a consumers, a choice to pay him more if we want to, or pay him the same if we don't want, or if we can't afford it. It's beautiful. I don't know, it speaks volumes in my opinion about the guy's heart. I respect him very much. And when we see these influencer YouTubers talking about some corporate brands like they are family or something like that, selling their soul for a free bottle of Parfum de Marly or some stuff like that, it sickens me. But I'm not by any way or form sponsored by Andy Tower or whatever. I have 100 subscribers who could sponsor me, but from the bottom of my heart, if there's one fragrance I could recommend, and I would say people, if you enjoy this art of perfumery, you should at least try, it's L'air du Desert Marocain. For 135 euros, you won't get anything better. I give you my word. This man caught a lightning in the bottle. This bottle is named L'air du Desert Marocain, and everyone should try this at least once. That's my final word on this review. Thank you very much for watching. I think this will be my longest review on the channel yet. But yeah, as you can see, I am very passionate about the perfumer, the brand, the fragrance. To this day, after 100 bottles of artisanal perfumery that I smelled, this is still basically my top 3 fragrance of all time. And I take into account price, I take into account the story, the everything. For me, this is very close to my heart. And I think it is worthy of every praise he got during those 20 years. And if new generation of ragheads gloss over it because it's not talked about in their favorite fragrance reviewer channel, the only reason it's not talked about in your fragrance reviewer channel is because the Tower is not shipping free bottles to them. To experience this, you need to buy this. And for 135 euros per bottle for 50 ml, you, in my opinion, absolutely should. So yeah, thank you again. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening and goodbye.